All right, we're following this major story right now. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez was arraigned in a Manhattan courtroom earlier today.
That's right. The Democratic senator and his wife pleaded not guilty to federal bribery charges. Menendez's arraignment comes amid growing calls for his resignation from several members of his own party. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now. She's there outside of the courthouse. So, Nikole, he already went through a full trial back in 2017. He was acquitted in that. Is there room for a plea deal here? What are you hearing?
Well, I think we don't want to get ahead of the process. Obviously, today was really strictly about his arraignment. This was his first appearance in federal court alongside his wife and two of the New Jersey businessmen who were also indicted. A third pled not guilty yesterday in federal court. So what we can tell you are the terms of his release. He will be released on his own recognizance. His bond is set at $100,000. He will have to surrender his personal passport, although the senator can still travel for official business, but he does have to get permission in order to do that. He also cannot have any contact with any of the other co-defendants in this case except for his wife. And it's also notable that he can't have any contact with any witnesses or potential co-defendants, in addition to some members of his staff who may have knowledge of some of the details within this indictment. So those were some of the terms that were laid out by the government and were accepted by a federal judge. There were similar conditions put on his wife, Nadine, although her bond is significantly higher at $250,000. Her travel will also be limited, where she can only travel, for instance, in some parts of New York, New Jersey, D.C., points in between. She can also travel down to see some of her family in Florida. And also she, too, cannot have any contact with any co-defendants or witnesses in this case, with the exception of her husband. So there were the two other business associates that I mentioned, both of them also expected to be released on bond. One of those business associates' bond was set at $1 million. Another for $2 million. So these two business associates' bond was significantly higher. The hearing just wrapped up a short time ago. We expect another court date to be set for early next month. And so that is kind of the state of affairs as it stands now.
And Nikole, what's stunning about this case is the government has brought a very specific indictment, effectively that Menendez, accepted these gifts in exchange for his work that they say, the government says, benefited Egypt and these business associates. But because of the clarity of this indictment, you have a number of senators from his own party calling for him to step down, just based on the allegation, including New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Menendez is refusing to do so. Help us understand that calculation.
Well, obviously I was here for the senator's press conference here on Monday, where he was pretty defiant and said that he would continue his work in Washington. He said that every person, including him, should be presumed innocent until proven guilty. He defended some of the work that he has done with respect to Egypt, particularly around the issue of human rights. He defended his work as a senator, discussing the amount of money that he has been able to bring back to the state, whether that's for Superstorm Sandy, whether it was for the pandemic. And he also explained some of that money that was found in his home, nearly $500,000 in cash, some of which was stuffed in these congressional jackets with his name on it. He said that this was money that he had been saving up, that was in his savings account, that it may be a little old-fashioned, but this was money that he says was legally derived. So he proclaims his innocence, but, many senators on Capitol Hill find a lot of these allegations very troubling. They see it as a distraction. Over half of the Senate Democratic caucus has now called on him to step down. Senator Patty Murray, who is part of leadership, is just the latest to come out suggesting that he should step down. So this is something that the senator will have to take under consideration. Although yesterday on Capitol Hill, he He again said that he is innocent and not going anywhere.
All right. Nikole Killion, thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
You bet.